Welcome back to Operation 8th Air Force. It's now turn 11 and it's July of 1941, and this will be the turn for Germany and National Spain. We're going to try for our text here, being max at a 7, factories at a 7, radar 7, subs at an 8. So let's see if we can get something done. So we do dark blue, light blue, green and black. Make sure I got that right. Yep. All right, here we go. Oh, okay, so we got 2. So we got light blue, which is radar, and black, which is factories. All right, so that'll finish off. Where are we? Radar and factories gets finished too. Okay, 2 out of 4. That's okay. All right, that does change our buy a little bit because I did have a couple alternate buys. That goes away. Okay, purchases. So we have 61 for the Germans, which is going to consist of, make sure I get this right, fighter, so that's 20. We're going to lend-lease a medium bomber to the Italians for 11, so that's 31. We're going to lend-lease the Vichy for a tank destroyer for 4. We've got 4 militia for 8. We've got this little group here of 2 infantry and a AAA for 10. And then we've got our alternates down here for 10. So that, let me just make sure this is right. So we've got 20, 31, 35, 8 is 43, 53. Hang on, let me get this right. 10, 20, 31, 35, 43, 53, and then, so then 53, 55, and then 6 is 61. Yeah, that's right. So those guys will go into there. I just sort of put the Panzer Grenadiers to one side in case I hit those, but not to be. Here's what it is, and then, an extra militia. All right, so that should be a 61. For the Vichy, they've got 6 in the bank, and they have a militia and a French Foreign Legion they're going to buy. We get a free volunteer blue division. So that's everything. We'll also get a fort, which we'll place as well. All right, combats. So we've got 2 combats. So we've got these fleet submarines in A35 going to come out 1, 2, 3 into 25, and they're both going to raid there against the line there, which is only worth 3 for the Americans. And we've got this battle here. So I've reached out to Hambone. So the battle in M4. So there'll be 2 fleet submarines up against, at sea, a transport, 3 destroyers, heavy cruiser, battleship, light carrier with a fighter. Coming into the battle to join these 2 fleet subs will be, out of Tobruk, a fighter and a tactical, and they're going to land back into Tobruk. This is really stretching the old back out. Coming out of Romania, out of an airbase, with a movement of 3, will be this fighter here. So 1 into M10, 2 into M7, 3 into that, and they'll just return back to Romania. So they'll have a movement of 3. And it depends on how this battle goes, to be honest. And then coming out of northern Italy will be this fighter, 1 coming out of an airbase, 1 into M3, 2 into M6, and 3 into M8. Joining them will be the seaplane, the same route. So the seaplane will come back, if it survives, to Rome. Doubt it will. And I think that is it. I've got a list of casualties here for Hambone, which he just sent me, so I'm going to just keep that handy on my fire submarine. Okay, so hit on the, so he wants the battleship, carrier, and then destroyers, etc. All right, so let's roll out the, oh, that's my alarm. Let's turn that off on my other phone. That doesn't get annoying. All right, so let's do the rating first. Everything else is going to be non-combat. So we've got the 2 fleet submarines here in A25. So they've got radar against the Americans who don't have radar, nor do they have long range or anything like that, or anti-submarine warfare. So we will be +1. So we'll be 3. So a +3. So I need my American fleet dice. So D6s. So all right. So first submarine. So that's 7 to 6. So that's 1 point of damage, and then the other submarine. So that's going to be 7 again to 4. So that's going to be another. So that maxes it out essentially. So that's 3 off the American line there, which is the, what's that one called? The New York Rio de Janeiro line. So that's 3 IPP damage there. All right, next will be the battle in M4. This could go either way. So we have 2 fleet submarines that will start things off. They have target select, but there's no first strikes because he has destroyers present. So here's the 2 fleet subs. And we get a 7 and a 9, so nothing there. Then we will go for our 3 fighters at a 6. So we just get the 1 hit. So that's, because it's a fighter, they're going to have to take their fighter as a casualty because it's a air superiority hit. And then we've got the tactical at a 7. There we go. All right, so he gets a target select hit on a 1. So I will kill the heavy cruiser. And then, so in response, his fighter's back at a 6. Misses. Then he's got his heavy cruiser at a 6. Now that hits. We will lose the seaplane. Now he's got his light carrier at a 1. Oh, god damn it. All right, we will lose a submarine. This is not going well. Then he's got his battleship at an 8. Oh, thankfully, misses. And then we've got 3 destroyers at 4. So thankfully they all miss. So let me just make sure I haven't missed anything. So the casualties will be fighter and heavy cruiser for him, fleet submarine and seaplane for me. Now, do I want to go another round of combat? Don't know. Don't know. Yeah, let's go again against my better judgment. All right, let's go for the submarine. And 7 misses. So then I've got 3 fighters at 6. I really need these to hit. Okay, so we get 2 hits, not terrible. So we will damage his... Here's my damage marker. I'll just turn his battleship on its side for the moment. So the battleship is damaged. And then he's going to suffer another hit, which will be the light carrier. And that's sunk. Probably doesn't need it at this point with the fighter. All right, so then we've got our tactical at a 7. God damn it, it misses. Okay, so coming back, he'll have his fleet carrier, light carrier to 1. Thankfully that misses. He's got his damaged battleship. I believe it's still... No, it's going to be at a 6, isn't it? So his damaged battleship is at a 6. That hits. So we'll lose a fleet sub. This could get real expensive. Then he's got 3 destroyers. So 3 at 4. These need to miss. 1 hits. Did not count on that carrier hitting. That leaves us with 2 fighters and a tactical at this point. He's got a damaged destroyer, a damaged battleship, and 3 destroyers. Do we try and kill it? So he's got a 6, he's got 4, 12, 18 pips. I've got 6, I've got slightly more. All right, let's try and kill this battleship. I feel like this is a chance we won't get again. So we've got 2 fighters at a 6. 1 hit. So he will lose a destroyer at this point. And then we have a tactical at a 7. Oh, God damn it, it misses. All right, 3 destroyers back. They all miss. All right, so now he's only got his damaged battleship at a 6, and that misses. Okay, not terrible. All right, so he's lost his destroyer. So now we've still got 2 fighters and a tactical against 2 destroyers and a damaged battleship. And we're going to press on. All right, 2 fighters at 6. All right, we get 2 hits. All right, so he'll lose 2 destroyers. All right, we've got the tactical. This one needs to hit. And it does. So it hits at a 6. So that kills the battleship. This is where he could really punish me here. So coming back at 2 destroyers at 4. Ah, God damn it. All right, so he kills a fighter. And then he's got his battleship, his damaged battleship at 6. What a slaughter. What a slaughter. All right, so we will lose... God damn it. We will lose a fighter. We'll lose a fighter. And the transport is auto-killed. So the only thing going back will be this tactical, which will land back on the card in Tobruk. No need to worry about landing anything, just about everything's dead. So costly, probably both ways. But I just felt like we needed to pounce on that fleet while we had the chance. So, all right, non-combat. All right, in Northern Italy, we have a strategic bomber with a airborne unit. He's going to pick that up and fly to West Germany and join the card there. 1 medium armor and 1 mechanized infantry from Berlin will push back into Alsace-Lorraine. Hopefully you could see that on camera. Funny angle, the old stand has been difficult. All right, the air transport that is in Tobruk will fly to northern Italy. So coming off the card, that air transport is going to just fly 1, 2, how did I figure this out before? Well, it can fly through here anyway now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into northern Italy. So the air transport, probably didn't see that either, but the air transport from Tobruk flew to northern Italy. 1 airborne from Berlin will rail to northern Italy. So this airborne here, will just use one of my rail markers to northern Italy. 1 infantry out of Berlin will rail to Paris. So that's my second rail. So that's gone from Berlin to Paris. 2 infantry out of West Germany will rail to Paris. So that is the last of my rail. So off the card into Paris, 2 infantry into West Germany. Just to bolster that up a bit. 1 infantry from East Germany will march to West Poland. So he's just going to simply move to there. 1 infantry out of Denmark will drop back into West Germany. 1 infantry from the Netherlands will move over to Belgium. 2 infantry from Bulgaria will move to Romania. So they're going to slide across. The fighter that is in the Vichy fighter that is coming from an airbase in northern Algeria will fly back. 1, this is I think part of the same zone here. 2, 3, 4, and land in Cameroon it's called, Cameroon. So the Vichy fighter is down in Cameroon from northern Algeria. Knocking over Russians as we speak. Good job. Don't know how I feel about that battle. I just think that was a little too costly. All right, the 3 infantry that are the dark infantry over here in West Egypt are going to drop back into the card and go into Tobruk. So there's 3 dark infantry are going to be back there. All right, 1 fighter off the card will drop back. Actually, 2 fighters from West Germany will fly to northern Italy. Yep, I'll go to northern Italy. So they've come off the card in West Germany. All right, I think we're just about at place units phase. Yep, I think that's it. All right, let's get to some recruitment and place units. All right, so let's do recruitment. So we've got, let's use a yellow dice for the Spanish. Spanish had a 6. There's a 9, which is no good. Then we've got the Vichy at a 2 for recruitment. God damn, of course they get a 6. This is what I don't need. And I think that's it for recruitment. Let's get to place units. Let's start with Vichy. Let's go down to Africa. So I've got a Foreign Legion and a militia going into the Cameroons here, try and halt the advance of the Free French and the British down there. We've got this Lend-Lease tank destroyer that we've Lend-Leased to the Vichy, built out of Berlin, is being delivered to southern France in home country there. We can have 3 infantry to Berlin. We've got our Lend-Lease Italian medium bomber, which is being Lend-Leased to and will be delivered, out of built in Bavaria, delivered to Northern Italy. Got there in the end. What a mouthful. All right, then we've got our 2 fighters that we're going to place into West Germany. So just bolstering that up again. Okay. Our 2 infantry will go into 1 into Romania. Let's go 1 into Warsaw, 1 into Paris. So that's going to be our 1. Oh, we can actually do 2 in there now. Let's go AAA gun also into Paris. And then our last infantry will be built in, I don't think I built anything in, oh no, I did build 1 in Warsaw. I can build 2 there though. Let's build the second one. Let's build the second one in Warsaw as well. Let's do that. And then we've got our militia to place. We've got a total of 5 militia. So 1 is going into Cyprus. 1 is going into Denmark. 1 is going into the Netherlands. 1 is going into Alsace-Lorraine, bringing it to 3 militia. And the last one is into Bulgaria. That's right. All right, so there's no change in, oh yeah, I've got to place my fortification. So the fortification will go into Belgium, just there. If you can see that, hopefully you can. All right, so income-wise, there was no change. So we are sitting on 50 as a base, and then we collect 56 for their 2 bonuses, Romania and the other one? Sweden, of course. So that's 56. This turn, we're going to collect all of the Vichy's money. So we're going to go up to 62. And then we'll see whether or not we collect on MRP again. Keep that good relationship going with the Russians. Seems to be working for them and for us. So that's 50, 60, 62 for next turn. And then, yeah, we'll put that 5 aside. We'll see what happens there. All right, let's do a quick recap of German stuff. So in Warsaw, 1 cavalry, 1 tank destroyer, 2 medium armor. We now have 9, 10, 11 infantry, 1 militia. West Poland, 1 infantry. East Germany, 1 militia. Slovakia, 1 militia. Hungary, 1 militia. Romania, we've added another. So we had 5 here, and we've moved those 2, so that's 7, 8 infantry. 1 tank destroyer, 1 medium armor, 1 mechanized, 1 motorized, 6 cavalry, 1 militia. Bulgaria, 1 militia. Western Yugoslavia, 1 militia, 3 infantry. Bavaria, 1 infantry. Berlin, 1 infantry. West Germany has 6 fighters, 1 Strat bomber, 3 infantry, artillery, airborne, AAA gun, 2 Marines. In port, there are 2 transports, fleet submarine and sub-base, 2 destroyers, battlecruiser, battleship. That's all German stuff. Denmark has a militia, if I haven't covered that. Netherlands, militia. Belgium, infantry, militia. Picardy, militia. 3 militia in Alsace-Lorraine, along with 2 mechanized infantry and a medium armor. Paris has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 infantry, 1 mechanized infantry, 1, let me just count that again, 3, yeah, then there's 4. So 7 infantry, 1 AAA, 1 mechanized, 3 militia, 2 medium armor, Aquitaine militia, Normandy militia, the Vichy have 3 infantry, militia, artillery, tank destroyer. This side of the world, French Morocco, militia, Northern Algeria, French Foreign Legion, and militia. Vichy submarine M2. Fleet submarines in A20, I think it's 25, A25. German stuff now, this side of the world. Mountain infantry, Sicily. Militia, infantry in southern Italy. Airborne, Sardinia. German stuff in Rome is 1 infantry. German stuff in North Italy is 2 fighters. 2 fighters, 1 airborne, and an air transport. We've covered Bulgaria as a militia. All right, and that's all Italian. Let's look at Tobruk. So that can go back onto there. So German stuff in Tobruk is a tactical 3 DAC infantry, self-propelled artillery, light armor, medium armor, motorized artillery. Cameroon is 1 Vichy fighter, 1 French Foreign Legion, 1 militia Vichy. I think that's everything. If I've missed something, let me know. The Spanish haven't changed. I'll do a disposition just in case. So 2 infantry, Madrid, mountain and cavalry. Do I want to move the cavalry? Let's move the cavalry out of Madrid into Galicia, Leon. And let's back this infantry up into Madrid. Let's do that. Actually, let's just leave the cavalry in Madrid. Sorry about that. So Galicia, Leon, 1 militia, 1 militia in Catalonia. Madrid, 3 infantry, 1 mountain, 1 cav. Their fleet is sitting at sea in sea zone A11, I think it is. Yeah, A11, which is heavy cruiser transport. I think I've covered everything. If I've missed something, hopefully I haven't screwed that battle up. I'll turn it over now to Panzer J for Russia. Thanks for watching.